Hello, welcome to your Friday morning 9 o'clock gentle class. My name is Janine. Welcome to practice. We're going to get started standing at the top of your mat. Everybody's favorite thing to do is to start standing. I saw a meme once, I think it was by Yogi Bryant. He put it up and he's like, every student's reaction when a yoga teacher says we're going to start standing, and the guy was like this, all mad. But that's okay. We won't be standing for very long. We're just going to stand for a little bit. So what I want you to do is bring your feet onto the mat. You can have them separated a little bit, but I don't want them really wide. Just like maybe like that much. And then bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes. Lift your toes and spread them. Rock forward and back on your feet, maybe side to side. And what we're trying to find is that beautiful spot where the feet, all four corners, are grounded down into the mat. And this is your connection with the earth and with your mat. And so you'll know when the pinky ball of the foot and the big toe ball of the foot and the two back corners of the heels are touching, and you'll find that sweet spot. And when you do, just allow yourself to just stand there in complete stillness. Maybe your eyes are closed, you find a soft gaze. And you just allow that connection with the earth's energy and yours to come through. Let your breath be whatever it wants to be right now. This is always a good time to maybe set an intention for your practice. You certainly don't have to. My intention I'll share with you this morning is I will not have an expectation as to what practice will be today. I will not have an expectation as to what practice will be today. Too many times I have this vision in my mind of how my body's going to be. And that many times I have left disappointed, because an expectation usually is never met. So just allow yourself to be present in the moment. Allow your body to go and be anywhere it wants to be today. If you'd like to open your eyes, you may keep your eyes closed. We're just going to inhale the arms up all the way for extending out. Let it be nice and loose. So find this little bend in the elbows. Allow the shoulders to relax. And just feel that slight stretch on the side bodies as we've raised our arms. And then we're going to take a very gentle back bend. And by that, I mean so gentle that it doesn't even look like a back bend. We're just going to lean back, just a tiny little bit. And then we're going to come back up to center. We're going to bring our hands together, forward fold. Take your time. Find a micro bend in your knees if you need to as you come down. And then once you're there, bring your hands down to the mat. Bend the knees. And then heel toe the feet out so that you are now hip width distance apart. We're going to come into a ragdoll. So we're going to bend our knees. We're going to let our belly come down on top of our thighs. We're going to grab opposite elbows. And then we're going to allow our head to hang. So the crown of the head is going towards the floor. Maybe you'd like to sway back and forth. Maybe shake the head, yes and no. Just really allowing gravity to take its course and allow you to feel really heavy. Almost limp. I like to say sometimes if you stay in this position or if you give yourself the permission to just hang here, you can almost feel weightless, even though you know that your legs are supporting the entire body, but it's done without effort or ease. And now let the hands come back down to the mat. Heel toe the feet back in. And we're going to push up onto the fingertips for a halfway lift. So the gaze will come to the actual mat. Folding forward, let the gaze be at the legs. And then very slowly start to roll up. Coming into mountain pose. Remake that connection with your feet. Find that sweet spot again. Inhale the arms up for extended mountain. Relax the shoulders, twirl the pinkies in just a tiny little bit. Take that very tiny back bend. Inhale back up to center. Hands through heart center, forward fold. Take your time, there's no rush. Bend the knees if you need to. Plant your hands down. See if you can plant the hands down. If not, being on your fingertips is fine. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Push up for a halfway lift, fingertips stay on the mat. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, round up. We're going to take that one more time, but one breath, one movement. So inhale the arms up, extended mountain. Exhale for that baby back bend. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale, forward fold. And then allow yourself to come down to the mat, seated. And that's where the blanket comes in handy. So we're going to take the blanket, I'm using a towel, and we're going to sit on it. And this is going to allow the hips to be a little bit higher than the knees, which then allows the body to be completely straight. So it's really hard when you're sitting at like an angle, it's really hard to like punch over. Although trust me, I could do it if I really tried. So just sitting here, let the hands be in the lap. Excuse me, sorry. Go finish. Let the hands be in the lap. Close the eyes. And take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do some seated movements, just very gently. Allow the eyes to stay closed or soft gaze. We're going to inhale, exhale, drop the chin to the chest. And really allow the head to hang heavy so that you can feel the release of some pressure in the back of the neck. Inhale back up to center, exhale, tilt the chin up towards the sky. Now allowing the throat to stretch. Inhale back to center. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, tilt the chin up. Exhale as the head comes back. And inhale to center. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bringing the right hand behind you and then the left hand to the right knee. We're not going to go into a full major twist, but we're just going to go into a gentle twist. So where you feel lots of tension or too much stretching, just bring yourself back just a little bit more. Let the chin go completely so that you're looking to the right side. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, we're going to go to the left. Left hand comes behind you, right hand on the left knee. Again, gentle twist. Inhale, center. We're going to twist one more time to the right. Just starting to wake up the spine. We don't want to do anything drastic so that we don't hurt ourselves or strain anything. Back through center to the left. And then inhale brings you back to center, hands in the lap. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Planting the left hand on the floor next to your, on the left side, that would make sense. We're gonna inhale the right arm up. And again, arms, I'm not so concerned about the arm being straight or how far up you bring it. What I'm more interested in is that the right hip stays on the floor and the stretch on the side body is what you feel more than the stretch through the arm up. Now, bringing the arm completely straight will intensify that stretch, but it doesn't have to happen right now. Or maybe today is just not the day that you want to do that, and that's okay. Inhale back up to center. We're going to twist we're going to stretch to the right. So right hand comes down. Now I'm putting my hand right here because I have a bad shoulder. So it's hard for me to get my arm up. So you'll see me do this a lot when it comes to the right, the left arm. But again, I'm feeling the stretch right here through the side body. Inhale up. We're going to go to the left one more time. So maybe this time the straight arm over feels good. Allowing the right shoulder to come back so you're literally definitely going side to side. And then inhale, come up. We're going to do the right side one more time. And then come up to center. Place hands in the lap. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. I like to do the inhale and exhale through the mouth after movement like that because you've moved energy. So let that exhale just allow all the stagnant energy that's now moving to release if you don't need it. Walk your hands forward. We're not going to do anything huge. So as you walk, I'm going to move fast so you can see what I'm doing better. One day I'll have the camera crew so you can get all angles. So as we sit like this, we're just going to take the hands and we're going to walk forward, but we're going to let our back round. So it's kind of like tucking the belly into the spine and then just rounding over. Go as far as you can. Stop wherever you are today. And once you're there, let the head hang. And maybe you can come all the way down to the forearm. Maybe, I'm so sorry. Hey, no. Maybe you can come all the way down to the forearms. Or maybe you're just here. And then very slowly start to walk yourself back up. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And now let's do some seated cat-cows. I like to hold my my shins, my ankles right here. I don't know why. It just helps me get deeper into the pose. So as we inhale, we're going to let the chest come forward, head is going to come back. And then as we exhale, we're going to round the shoulders, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, come back, belly to spine, round the shoulders forward. One more time. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Come back to center. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's bring our legs straight out in front. And we're going to slide off the blanket now and just allow that to come off to the side because we're going to use it later. Allowing our legs to be straight out in front. Sit up nice and tall. Have the hands back by your hips. So as we sit nice and tall, the arms start to lengthen and then push up. We're not bringing ourselves off the mat. We're just activating the arms and letting the arms get nice and strong. Our body might feel like we're moving up, but we're really not. Well, we are. We're just not we're not levitating today. There's no levitating on Fridays. And then come down. Walk the hands forward. Maybe you grab bottom of your feet, your big toe, ankles, calves. Maybe you need to bend the knees a little bit. That's fine too. We're just going to fold forward. Lead with the heart going forward. So your gaze will be forward as well. Allowing the back body to find extension and length. Allowing the front body to just relax on the thighs. And then slowly come back up. Bring the right leg out. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg. We're going to inhale our arms up overhead. We're going to make a basket with our fingers. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist over the right leg and we're going to come down, grabbing the ball of the foot. Now, this might be a lot to pull, and if it's hard, just if you can't reach all the way to the toes, just come up on the heel and bend the knee, and that's fine. And gently pull the toes back towards your face. By pulling the toes back, we start to stretch out the Achilles tendon and the calf. It's really good for balance as you get older, to have that Achilles stretched. And now, just holding the foot with the right hand, take the left hand and bring it up and back so that you're opening up the left shoulder. And now we're looking left, just finding that tiny little twist. And then come back to that leg, roll back up. Straighten out the left leg. Bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg. And we're going to inhale our arms up, interlace the fingers, and then bring them down over the left leg. Remember to gently pull the toes back towards the face. And now holding onto the left foot with the left hand, bring the right arm up. Change your point of focus to the right side for gaze. Allowing the right shoulder to open just a little. And then bring that right arm back down. And then roll back. Bring the legs together for a moment. Go ahead and shake them out. And then we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So first, before we fold forward, point the toes back towards the face. Sometimes when you point them so much, sometimes the heel will come up. Mine does that if I really activate the legs. Doesn't always. Hands on the knees or somewhere on the leg that's comfortable. And then I rock a little bit back onto the sits bones so that we bring the shoulders over the hips. Lift the chin a little bit, take the ears back just slightly. So yeah, nice and tall, just taking nice, easy breaths. Bring your hands into the center. We're going to let our feet relax down. And we're just going to walk forward. So as soon as it gets to be too much right here in the groin area, go a little bit further, take a breath, and then come back just a little bit more. So that you feel a slight stretch, but you don't want to overstretch. Let the head relax. And then very slowly inhale, walk the hands back. Bring the legs front. Shake them out a little bit. Push them off to the side. We're going to come into tabletop. Actually, I'm going to get a drink of water first, real quick. So if you need to get a drink of water, go right ahead. Then we're going to meet in tabletop. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees hip width distance, underneath the hips. Shoelace side of the feet are on the mat. Taking that right leg, we're going to bring it all the way back. I'm going to go sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So we're on our toes. We're going to try not to go back this way. We're going to try to keep our hands underneath our shoulders and push through that heel. Just push, push, and push. And then we're going to bring the right leg out like this. And we're going to come onto the side of the leg or the foot. And then just swing that leg back to where you started, pushing through the heel. And now we're going to lift the leg. So the leg's not going to come any higher than your hip. And you can point the toe or flex the foot, or do both, and then bring that knee back down to your tabletop. We're going to do the same thing with the left foot. Stretch the left foot back, come onto the toes, push through the heel, not through the body. It's real easy I find myself sliding back sometimes, so I have to remind myself to come forward a little bit. You want to maintain that tabletop. So engage the core as best as you can. And then we're going to bring that leg out to the side, coming onto letting the sole of the foot touch. And then bring the foot back, push through that heel again, and now this time lift the leg. Remember not to bring it all the way up past your hip. And even if it's just an inch off the floor, that's good too. And then bring that knee back into your tabletop. Readjust yourself so that your legs, your knees are hip width distance. We're going to arch the back, kind of like a cat back. And then we're going to roll back, sitting hips to heels. We're not going to bring our head down. We're just going to let the hips sink to the heels. And then we're going to come forward, and we're going to lean forward just a little bit. This stretches out the wrist, but it's a gentle stretch. Let the hips come back down to the heels. And then arch the back, roll forward. Then drop the belly once you're forward. And then push into cat and roll back, hips to heels. And then come back to your tabletop. Curl the toes under, and we're going to push up to down dog. We will not be in down dog very long. So curl the toes under, push up to down dog. Keep the knees bent. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And tiptoe the feet up to the hands so we're in a forward fold. Let the arms just hang in your forward fold. And then very slowly start to round back up. I'm moving to the back of my mat. You stay in the front of your mat. Come into mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Find that sweet spot with your feet that we did at the beginning of practice. And then remind yourself of the intention that you set. And if you didn't set an intention, that's okay as well. Inhale your arms up overhead. We're going to take that baby back bend. If you would like to go further in your back bend, by all means, go right ahead. Remember that the feet are straight. You push the hips forward. You reach up with the heart. Come back up to center. Bring your hands together, forward fold, all the way down. Bend the knees. Hands come down to the mat. Let the head hang. Inhale, halfway lift, just up on the fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. And then roll all the way back up to now. Inhale, the arms up overhead. We're just going to keep our hands together. You can just cross the thumbs. You can interlace the hands if you would like, if that feels more comfortable. They don't have to be straight or rigid. Let them be a little bit relaxed. We're going to take a big inhale, and as we exhale, we're just going to go from the right up to center and then to the left. Up to center and then to the left. So allow the motion of pushing your hips out guide you to come over to the side. The arms are just being held up. We don't want the arms to guide us or push us into it, because then we'll tend to like crunch into the side that we're bending into. When we let the hips do it, it's nice, gentle little, I don't know, bend. Let's just put it that way. It's a nice little bend. Then finish up both your sides so you feel even. Come back to center, bring your palms together and forward fold. Put your hands down on the mat. Come down to hips to heels. Take your time, walk your hands forward. Make it nice and easy. And then close your eyes, take your next deep breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to come back into our tabletop again. And we're going to bring our right leg through. I know it sounds a little weird. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to bring our leg out like we were before. And then we're just going to move the foot in. And so we end up like this. Hands are still down on the mat. Plant that left hand down on the mat, right in front of the arch of the right foot, and lift that right arm up for a twist. Then bring the right hand back down. And then from this position, we're going to stretch front and back. So we're going to let our hips come back just a little bit. And then we're going to let our knee go past our ankle just a little bit, dropping the hips forward. So we're really just kind of like rocking back and forth. So you don't have to go as slow as I showed in the beginning. You can make it a fluid movement if you like. Going forward, sitting back, forward. Letting most of the weight be in the hands so that the knee is not feeling all of it. Okay. So from here, planting the hands down, we're going to bring the leg down. And we're just going to slide the back leg back, and we're going to be in pigeon. That way we don't have to go through down dog and three-legged dog and all the other good things. So the knee is behind the right wrist. This foot can be by the hip. It can be between the hand and the hip. It can be up by the hip or by the hand, by the wrist. Wherever is most comfortable. The back leg is completely back. You're on the shoelace side of the foot. And while we're here, we're going to sit nice and tall first. Imagine your hips are square to the floor. And now if you'd like to come down into sleeping pigeon, you may. So you may want that blanket either under the knee, under the hip, or maybe right here. Maybe we fold it up and we let our arms rest on the pillow or the blanket. Try not to let the hip go to the left or to the right. Try to keep the hips level with the mat. So I find that when we visualize something, it helps us get into that position sometimes. So visualize those hips so squared. Your body will automatically make that adjustment. And you may not think it's a huge adjustment, but it's an adjustment. We're going to push up on our hands. Remove the blanket if you put it there. Put it right in front of your mat because we'll do this on the other side. But we're going to get out of this nice and easy. We're just going to sit and we're just going to bring this leg forward. And then that leg forward. And then we're going to release the legs and we're just going to shake them out a little bit. Putting our hands behind us. We're just going to do, it's just like a little dip. So legs straight out, hands right here. So you just lean into the elbows, come up. Lean into the elbows, come up. Lean into the elbows, come up. One more time. Nice. Now we're going to go back into our tabletop. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale out. We're going to bring that left foot out. And then we're just going to walk our foot in. Just like that. And we're going to straighten that leg out behind us. And yes, you're right. I forgot that lunge, but we'll do that after this. Since we're already here in pigeon. Sit nice and tall. And then get the blanket or the pillow that you used here for your arms to come down. And just relax. You can let the head hang too if you like. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Move the blanket or the pillow. We're going to come right back into tabletop, which is very easy. We're just going to slide that leg back, slide the right one up, and bam, we're in tabletop. And if there is a different way that you want to get into tabletop, go right ahead and take that. Take that left leg out. Bring it all the way in for our lunge. Knee over ankle, knee over hip. Plant the right hand, inhale the left. Bring the left hand down. And then we're going to come up on those back toes. And we're going to sit back. And then come forward. So you move as quickly or as slowly as you would like. Sometimes I like to stay in a stretch because it feels really good. And sometimes I'm just not in the mood. So I will flow it a little bit more than sitting down into it or staying there for a longer time. and then come to stationary. Move your left hand to the inside of that left leg, and then slowly walk that leg back, and then slide it. Bring it all the way back, so you're back into your tabletop. Allow the knees to come wide, toes touch behind you, come down into a child's pose. Slide the arms forward, forehead on the mat. Sliding the arms forward is a little too much. You can definitely put your head on your hands and have the arms bent. And allow the heart to melt to the mat. And allow the breath to come into the back body. Allowing your breath to slow down and organically come in and out. And then slowly come up. So you'll be sitting like hips to heels a little bit. We're going to come down on our belly, but I want to give you the option to come down on the belly to whatever is comfortable for you. I'm just going to crawl forward and just put my legs back. That's all I'm going to do. Make a diamond with your thumb and your pointer finger and lay it down and allow your forehead to come into that space. So it's kind of like a rest space for your forehead. Allow your legs to come hip width distance apart. And let the pelvis come down to the mat. Like really feel the pelvis on the mat or going in that direction. Continue to breathe into the back body, letting the heart melt onto the mat. We're going to move into Cobra. So lift the head, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, then bring the chin back to the mat. Bring the legs together, point the toes. And then with your next inhale, just lift the head and the heart up. Your gaze will be down at the top of your mat. Elbows point up, relax the shoulders down. Breathe. And allow the head to come down to the mat, on the chin or the forehead, whatever feels best. We're going to take Cobra 2 more times. Inhale, push up. Baby Cobra. Exhale, come down. Inhale, push up. And this time, see if you can slide those shoulder blades together and lift the hands. Press the pelvis down. Toes are pointed. Exhale, come down, left ear to the mat. Gaze right, arms down by your side if you'd like. Bring your chin back to the mat. We're going to take our arms, we're going to tee them out, and our palms will face down. We're going to come into full locust. Legs are together, point your toes. Exhale everything out. Empty your lungs. Inhale, lift. So not only does the body lift, the torso and arms, but so does the legs. Head can come up a little bit more. And exhale, come down, right ear to the mat, gaze right, gaze left. We're going to take that one more time. So bring the chin back to the mat, legs together. Point the toes, empty the lungs, and then come up. There are days where this is all I can do. Sometimes I can get the legs up, not always. That's okay. Just make sure that you're breathing and you're not holding your breath. Press the pelvis down into the floor. And then exhale, come down. Left ear to the mat, gaze right. Last pose on our belly will be Sphinx pose. So come up on your elbows. And then grab your biceps, just like I'm doing right here. Adjust your arms so that you can grab them. And then we're just gonna open up the hands, open up the arms and put the hands straight out like this. It allows the arms to be shoulder width apart. So the pelvis gets pressed down and the heart and the head come up. Shoulders go back. You look straight ahead. And you breathe. And then to come out of the pose, you're going to slowly slide the arms forward and then bring the head down to the mat. Forehead on the mat. Then once the forehead's on the mat, you can bring your arms back down by your side or any other comfortable position. And then rock the legs side to side while we're laying. Maybe actually come up on the knees and rock the legs side to side. And then bring the legs down. We're going to come onto our back. You can just roll right over, or you can push back into a tabletop. Bring the legs forward and then lie down. We will stay on our back for the rest of practice. So make sure that your blanket or pillow or whatever you used before is close to you, so you can also use that in your final Shavasana. And as we're on our back, we're just going to allow our legs to come straight out, arms overhead. Take a good morning stretch. Point the toes, flex the feet. Feel like someone's pulling you in opposite directions. And then bring the hands down by the side. Let the feet open up like pages of a book. And just like we did twice in practice, the beginning of practice, where we felt our feet on the mat and we made that connection, make that same connection with your body. Because now the back is on the mat, the back of the head, the arms, the legs, the heels. And even though we're not completely on our foot, we are still in a position to ground into the earth's energy. So notice all the places that are touching the mat and make that same connection that you made with your feet. We're going to bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Let the very low back come onto the ground. Maybe you have to tilt the pelvis forward a little bit, round the back. Place the hands on the belly. Feel the belly rise and fall as you breathe, allowing the breath to be organic. Just coming and going. Right ankle comes onto the left knee. Now we have options. We can stay right here where you are. Press the right knee out, not with your hands. Just move the right knee there, just like that. If you would like a more intense stretch, you'll pick up the left leg, bring your hands through and grab the back of the left thigh. And as you pull the left leg towards you, you push the right knee out. This is an option. If you would like to try it, go right ahead, see what it feels like. If not, totally skip it. If you're holding your leg up, release your hands, let the left foot come down to the mat. We're going to twist to the left, keeping our legs exactly where they are. So that means that the right sole of the foot is coming down as the left knee comes down. Now, if it's more comfortable for you to roll all the way to the left, that's fine. But if you can keep the chest open, tee out the arms, you'll feel that twist. And then for an even stronger twist, if you look to the right, that will also intensify this twist. We're going to come right back up where we originally started. So our left foot's coming back up and our right ankle is still going to be on the left knee. We're going to take that right leg and we're just going to bring it down to the mat. We're going to allow the leg to be straight. And then maybe just wiggle it a little bit. And then bring that right sole of the foot onto the mat. This time left ankle goes onto the right knee. You may stay right here. I love that a lot of poses have a teacher, a friend of mine, a mentor, calls them bus stops. So this would be bus stop number 1. This is stop number 1. Stop number 2, maybe lifting your right leg and putting your hands through to grab the back of the right thigh. Bus stop number 3 is pulling the right leg towards you as you are pushing the left knee away from you. And that allows a stretch in the IT band, which runs from the front of the hip down the back of the thigh. So wherever bus stop you choose to remain, you are getting all the benefits. So if you're at bus stop number 3, we're going to release our hands from the back of our leg. We're going to bring the right sole of the foot down, and then we're going to twist to the right. So right sole of the foot comes down to the mat. The left sole of the foot comes down to the mat, right knee goes. So this would be bus stop 1, we're facing the right way. Bus stop 2 would be bringing the left shoulder back onto the mat. And bus stop 3 would be spreading out the arm, teeing out the arms and gazing to the left. wherever you are, come all the way back to bus stop 1. Take the left leg and straighten that out, down on the floor. And then we're going to bring that sole of the foot back up. Bringing our knees to our chest. Now, this can look a bunch of different ways. Some people like to do this and bring it really close. But sometimes just allowing the knees to open and the feet come together is an easier way to bring the knees up. You can just let them rest in your hands, or as you hug them, you can rock side to side. And we're going to move into our final posture, Shavasana. And that can look however you'd like it to look. So with the blanket, sometimes it's nice to roll that and put it under the knees, because that makes the low back feel nice, or maybe under the ankles, just getting support for the feet as you lay back. You certainly can put it behind your low back if you'd like, or you can use it as a pillow, or my favorite, it is now a blanket. And you just get to lay down. You can lay on your belly, you can lay on your side. Pick the position that's going to allow you to be the most relaxed, because that's the whole idea of Shavasana. And once you are comfortable and you are settled, take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now let your body just sink into the floor. Let it melt. Let the practice settle in the body and the mind. Close your eyes, find a soft gaze. As you deepen your breath, take a quick body scan, starting at the toes and working your way all the way up to the legs, the torso, the back, the arms, the fingers, the neck, the head. the face. And as you breathe deep, see if you notice any spots that might still be a little tense, a little sticky, a little uncomfortable, and breathe into those spaces, seeing if we can remove just a little bit of that uncomfortability out of the body. And now take your thumb and touch each finger pad, just bringing little bits of movement into the body. Make some gentle wrist circles or just opening and closing the hands. And wiggling the toes, letting the feet go side to side. And with your next inhale, roll to your left side. If you're not already there, curl up. And then very slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. Once you are there, let your hands be in your lap. Soft gaze, eyes closed. Inhale the arms up overhead. Doesn't have to be high. Just enough to bring the palms together. Rub the palms together as you bring your hands down to heart center. Allow the left hand to come on the heart, the right hand to come on the left. Take an inhale. Exhale, bow your head. Find a place of gratitude. Gratitude for anything, big or small. And take that gratitude, let it remain on your heart throughout today. At any time that your day may get rough, remind yourself of that gratitude and take 3 deep breaths into the heart space. Thank you so much for coming to class this morning. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through practice. It is with the deepest of gratitude I recognize that the light in you and the light in me, it is the same, and I bow to you.
Thanks so much. That was a great class.
Well, thank you. Have a beautiful weekend.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.